A cross-country shortage of certain cold medications isn't making things much easier for those fighting the flu. And with health officials calling the season a bad one, the timing couldn't be worse. Kelsey Bloxham examines the impact.
There's no doubt about it. Flu season is in full swing. With all the sneezing, wheezing, and coughing, the World Health Organization says flu activity is up sharply compared to last year.
More outbreaks in long-term care facilities and hospitals and so forth. So, and certainly more doctor visits or consultations for influenza-like illness. So we are seeing more severe illness.
And smack dab in the middle of that rise is a shortage of popular cold medications across the country. Products like Buckley's and Neocitrin. It's all because of upgrades to the Novartis plant in Nebraska, the manufacturer behind the brands. Some pharmacies have been sold out for months, while others are in short supply, including this Lloydminster pharmacy.
We definitely have been having quite a few people coming in since it is the cold season. So people have been coming in and, we've been trying to help them figure out what signs and symptoms they have and then kind of trying to find other products that may be working for them.
With just 2 boxes of Neocitrin and only a handful of Buckley's products left on the shelves, Okuka says it's all about education and knowing exactly what's in the drugs.
So for example, if you have a runny nose, you may not necessarily, and that's your only symptom, you may not necessarily need, the Buckley's Complete. You can take Claritin or Reactin, which is an antihistamine, and that's going to help with that runny nose.
But for those looking to beat the bug without medication, Okuka advises plenty of liquids like tea and soup, and of course, lots of rest. Kelsey Bloxham, Newcap News.
It's been a big year for the Thorpe Recovery Center, moving out to Blackfoot and into a new facility more than 10 times the size of their old center in the heart of Lloydminster. But with the expansion came a whole new set of challenges. Kelsey Bloxham sat down with the Recovery Center's clinical director.
I'm joined by the clinical director of the Thorpe Recovery Center, Dr. Luciano. Thanks for joining me. Now, you guys had a pretty big year this year. You celebrated 37 years and you also moved into a brand new facility. What was that move like for you?
Well, it's been a really big year. I mean, we were very excited this time last year to move into the new facility, and January 23rd, we did. There was a lot of just really practical challenges to being in such a big space after being where we had been. The gifts that have come from it have been our ability to serve clients more quickly and in real time, whereas I was explaining before that we used to have to wait until program start dates every 3 weeks, and we can take people more quickly because of the expansion and our ability to move to a rolling admission. The program expansion itself has been a bit of a strain on us over the last year. We've had financial challenges that we weren't really expecting or ready for. So over the last year, we've had to really look at that. In September of this year, we hired a new executive director, Jackie Chartier, and she's come on and really looked at everything that we've needed to do to get in line financially. And unfortunately, it meant we had to cut back on some of the programs that we were offering. One of the biggest disappointments to us was not being able to offer a youth program. So what we have done is we've pared down, and we're offering a young adult track. So we still have a treatment track that's developmentally appropriate for 18 to 24-year-olds, but to provide the staff that's needed for a youth program, it's very labor intensive, and we were unable to do that. We will revisit it if an opportunity presents itself down the road. I think the message that we've really tried to give our employees and our community is that we really want to concentrate on what is our core, the core things that Thorpe has always done, and that's to deal with addiction and families, and we still offer a family program. So we've really, really gotten back to basics, I guess.
Now, your grand opening was delayed a little bit. You guys had a bit of a summer storm that came through.
Hail, rain.
Yeah. What was the actual day like for you when the ribbon was cut and it finally all was unveiled to the public?
Well, it sort of started a long time before the AGM, because when we moved, we offered tours to the public. Before we had clients in the building, and we were able to provide more, we could show people more of the building when we didn't have clients because of confidentiality, and we were really overwhelmed and really pleased with the turnout we had even then, because the community's been so supportive of Thorpe, and such a big part of our history and such a big part of who we are. And we had, I can't remember the exact number, but I mean, we were running off our feet all day long to do the tours even prior to opening. So we've had lots of public interest and lots of people that have phoned us up, even that have been interested and known about us over the years, or been supporters of us in some way over the years. So the AGM was part of it, but we've had a tremendous community response ever since we moved.
What's next for Thorpe? What does 2013 hold for you guys?
I think getting the word out to the world that we're there. You know, we did a survey within the year before we expanded, and some of what we found out is that a lot of people sort of in our own backyard don't know who we are and what we're doing and that we can help. And we're really trying to bridge that gap and do more work within our community and outlying areas to make sure people are aware that we're here. I think maybe we were more known in bigger centers like Calgary and Edmonton, but I think if you go into Saskatchewan, in some of the centers we are, but what we found out is that we really need to make sure that we're letting people know what we're doing. And so we've been making an effort to get out to some of the colleges and to do more community-based presentations, and I really enjoy doing that, so it's an easy task. But I think that going forward is part of what we want to do, and just make sure that we let the public know and let people know that we're there and that we can help.
Thank you so much for joining me. That was the clinical director for the Thorpe Recovery Center.
After suffering through some extremely cold temperatures over the last little while, today's balmy weather was highly anticipated. Kyle Gallagher spent the afternoon at Bud Miller Park and has more on how some residents were enjoying the outdoors.
Winter only officially started a little over a week ago, but here in the border city, it feels like we've been in a deep freeze for a while. It was clear people were excited to get out and enjoy the nice winter weather.
Bud Miller Park was full of excitement as area residents finally had the chance to get outside and partake in their favorite winter activities.
We're having fun with the kids. Actually, it's been so cold. We've almost been hibernated, so this is the first day we're able to go outside.
Ready? Okay, you ready? Go. Yeah! Just enjoying the weather, snowboarding, just taking it easy.
While some hit the hills, others hit the ice.
Enjoy some -4 weather, strap on the skates, do some Winnipeg Jets. It's great to get out here and play some hockey.
And for some, this weather is a backdrop to their first time on skates.
Well, just trying to teach my daughter how to skate. So far it's fairly slow going, but it's still a lot of fun.
Everyone is hoping this warmer weather sticks around for as long as possible.
It's wonderful. It makes you appreciate our winters.
Kyle Gallagher, Newcap News.
The midget AAA Bobcats wrap up their round robin of the Max tournament in Calgary tonight against the Red Deer Optimist Chiefs. The Cats are still looking for their first win of the tourney. They've only allowed a combined 3 more goals than they've scored in 3 games, but have only a tie to show for it. The two teams have met once this AMHL season, with the Chiefs winning a close one 2-1. Also worth mentioning, call-up Cale Clegg scored his first as a Baker Hughes Bobcat last night, the tying goal against the Moose Jaw Generals.